I grew up with the Sega Mega Drive, known as the Genesis in the US. But I love the system for many reasons. But we're not going to talk about the Genesis or the Mega Drive in my case. Nope, we're going to talk about the Sega CD number 2. There is also a Mega CD number 1. I don't own it in my collection and I'm searching for it for a very long time now, because in the end I want to make myself the Power of Tower. The reason I'm a big fan of the Mega Drive 1 is not only that it is more something from my childhood. No, not at all, because I think the Mega Drive 1 will be like the supreme console when it comes to the Sega Mega Drive lineup. I don't want to go in depth with all of the models because a lot of different versions out there, fake versions, oh boy, Sega Mega Drive fake editions, you have seen many of these here on the channel, and nothing beats the real deal. So we're going to use a normal cable today because I have something special for you today. But what I like about the Mega Drive number 1, and that is just not only the blast processing power, no, it's like the stereo sound that came out of this thing. So when you're going to get yourself a real good cable, there is a company out there in the UK making these special versions, because when it comes to cables, it's going to be like a completely different story. Like the signal output, but also like the stereo quality. This version, the Mega Drive 1, has the option for a jack phone out, and this will give you the stereo sound and not from the back what I know of. So therefore you're going to need a special cable. We're not going to use this one simply because we're not going to use this thing at all. But I just wanted to tell you because I love the Mega Drive or Genesis number 1. So recently I picked up the Mega Drive with the Mega CD number 2 and I'm super excited because I wanted to play my old school games. Oh, by the way, it didn't come with any games, so that's it. That's the only thing that I was going to get, and they are quite expensive. They are like cheaper than with the first model, but again, it's against my belief because I was not a big fan of the Mega Drive number 2, simply because I found it always like less quality. There are some other options out there. I did notice like with different regions there are different qualities, but over here the Mega Drive 2, I'm just not a big fan of it. But there is a solution. Some people say, hey, you can always get yourself the attachment and get yourself a Mega Drive number 1 and plug it in. But I don't like it at all because it looks like a freaking Frankenstein, because the Mega CD 2 is just made for the Mega Drive 2. I will leave it like this, but for the audio we have a solution I will show you later on in this video. But this is just worth picking up the Mega Drive or Mega Drive CD 1 or 2 in general. The problem what I'm having with these devices is very hard to say yes or no, because I'm a big fan of Sega Mega Drive and I bought one because I wanted to play these original authentic games on the original hardware. You can play them on different ways nowadays, but I think if you want to have the real retro feeling, having a Mega CD is just the best way to go to. And the Mega CD 2 here in Europe, or better said Netherlands, they are really affordable. But I wanted to start collecting again with the Mega CD. I had them like 15 years ago and I sold it. Oh man, I regret it so much, because there were 2 games I particularly really liked and I bought them back. Over here we're going to get the Final Fight CD. So when you're looking at the graphical part, it is not really special, but the soundtrack I will let you hear in this video. They are like epic. And of course Sonic CD. Sonic CD have been ported to so many systems, including Android phones now. So in my opinion, a little bit of a bummer. It makes it like less exclusive now, but still it's a great way to play them. And I need to point out, some regions when it comes to Mega CD games are like really affordable now, like cheaper than the PAL I'm having here. But let's talk about the game. So first of all, Final Fight CD. So what I don't like about the Mega CD games, like they're not like a big achievement when it comes to the graphical stuff. Like they're almost the same like the original games. Some of the games like Mortal Kombat 1 have like these minor adjustments that makes it like a slightly better game. But most of the time it's about the CD technology back in the day, and of course the soundtracks. I think the Final Fight CD, I just like Final Fight at all. But it is more like it has some extra features, and not to forget it has the epic soundtracks. Nowadays we don't get any manuals anymore, and oh man, I love to have manuals with these things, and that is something I really miss out with the new generation of games. But let's take a close look at another one. So I only got 2 games as I'm making this video. Maybe in the future I will pick up a couple of them, but to be honest I'm a little bit picky about it. I'm more like, why should I buy like a lot of games that I don't like? I just buy a couple of them, even if they are like freaking expensive. I just enjoy playing them. So the CD itself was not in perfect condition. Even on the art there were some scratches. I was such bummed out about it, because I wanted to have this game in perfect condition. I don't play them often, but for me it's like a collectible item. Then the manual, of course, I'm very happy that it is in good condition. I really love the black and white art in it. But then overall, like Sonic CD, it's a game that you just need to have, in my opinion, if you're like a Sonic fan and you're just a big fan of the Sega/Mega CD franchise. Yeah, again, it's not really exclusive anymore. The first time I got it in my hands, it was 15 years ago. And I got it and I was so pleased with it. And but then it was really like something unique, because you couldn't play it on anything else beside the original hardware. I completely understand Sega is like milking the cow, earning some extra money with some old franchises. But in the end, it damaged a little bit the exclusivity of this Sonic CD game on the Mega Drive. So in the future I will pick up a couple of other games. I have some games like Soul Feast, if I'm saying it correctly. You have this Sega Classic Collection, just want to have, with Shinobi on it. But there are a couple of the games, and the other ones I'm just going to not bother looking at them, because on the Schnetcher or something like that, they are like freaking expensive. And they are, in my opinion, that's crazy expensive. I will not pick them up. That's it. Maybe in the future we'll do some other videos. It would be cool to have a game like Xeno Crisis with some awesome soundtracks on the Mega CD. Maybe he will release it. Maybe when he's watching it, make one. But in the end, this is what you're going to get when it comes to the games. Man, oh man. Sonic CD, I love the system. I love this game. But it's not my favorite one. That will always be Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But something you need to take consideration is with all technology there will come some problems. To begin with, the Mega CD #1, not the one you're seeing here, that will have a lot of issues. Still I want to have one, to find one in good condition. Like the bells need to be replaced, the capacitors need to be replaced, or the lasers wear out. Of course the laser, the Mega CD #2 also have this issue sometimes. But this thing is, let's say, it's better in many ways when it comes to the #1. But still I want to have the #1 for the collection and to show you here on the channel. Sometimes this button doesn't come up. Annoying. And a quick overview of some controllers I've laying around. Yeah, the Mega Drive #2 has their own controllers, like the other version that was with the white button with the Mega Drive 1. This one comes with the red button. I have a couple of them laying around. Yeah, you have like this arcade stick feeling device. It's not really like a micro switch, but just a D-pad with a big stick on it. And overall, like the 3-button and the 6-button controller. But we'll do a separate video in the future about controllers, because there is so much stuff we can talk about it. Controller Wicked Fetish in the next episode of Wicked Gamer and Collector. Alright, so how to connect. So first of all, we're going to need a controller. I'm going to use the 6-button version, but there are 2 ways you can connect it. So first of all, let's change the system so I can show you what I mean with how to connect it and what are the different ways. What you can see over here, both of the system will have their own power supply. Yep, seriously, like going to be like power supply overkill. Power supply #1 and power supply #2. I'm going to use the original Sega versions. Take consideration that we will have 2 different plugs. One with the yellow color, the barrel jack, and the original one with the black ring on it. So you cannot exchange them, and the reason also are like the plus or minus is different with both of the power supply. So even if you can swap them out, it will not work. But you can see we have a lot of different connections, but you can also use only this version. But there is a downside to this. So first of all, you can use a full RGB version I've shown you before, but the only system this doesn't have stereo output, so it will have mono. It will have a very good image, but you have mono sound, and that will basically, in my opinion, destroy the authentic audio from the Sega CD. So in this video we are going to use this basic cable. We're going to plug it in. The only thing that we're going to do, we're going to use this. The audio signal will be from the Sega CD and the video from this cable. But over here you can see we're having an audio option, and that's what we're going to use. And you will hear, we also try to capture from the CD itself. The sound will be like magnificent. Okay, my Wicked family, let's boot it up. For the first time, I just wanted to show you like how it will boot up. That's it. Nothing really special. As you can see over here, I left the card out. So if you plug in the card, you power it on, and will boot up the game card itself. So let's check it out. Like it's blinking over here. It wants to have some food. So let's try a game. Let's plug it in. Here it says checking the disc. With the Mega Drive 1, it will work slightly different. I'm done. Let's press start. And it boots up the game itself. So let's play a little bit of Sonic CD. And let's have some fun. Sega! Of course, the Sega CD also had the option to show smaller cinematics. Pretty cool. So capturing it from the Sega CD2 is very difficult. No, I don't have the equipment for it. And it sounds kind of rubbish. So I just hooked up 2 speakers straight onto the Sega CD2 to give like the best experience for you guys to listen to. Because it sounds amazing, even on these old school retro PC speakers. Okay, so let's boot up the next game, Final Fight CD. This game has fantastic soundtracks.
Metro City, a well-known crime capital, has been ruled by violence and death for many years. A fact which the newly elected mayor and former street fighter Mike Hager plans to change. At the center of the problem is the huge gang known as Mad Gear. Mad Gear controls all of the major criminal activities.
So is this something you need to pick up? That is something you really need to decide for yourself. Because if you want to get retro gaming now in 2021, it's super expensive. And especially when you're going to get into like special niches when it comes to CD add-ons to the 2X with Mega Drive or Genesis, it's just super expensive. I really enjoy playing in Sonic CD and Final Fight CD. For me it's worth only for these 2 games, because I can just pick them up and play them all night. But that is something personally, and that is something you need to decide for yourself. Is it worth picking up? And how far will you want to go when it comes to retro gaming? For me, with my love for Sega, I'm super pleased to have this in my collection, and I wanted to just show you this here on the channel. But I want to thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become one of the Wicked family, and if you have any questions you can always leave it in the comments. That would be great to see you in the next video.